Before I bring on my guests, I want to first and foremost thank you all for joining in for another episode of Dope Chats with Stretch. That is me, yours truly, Stretch, a 6'6" phenomenon. It is a few days before the holiday, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling festive, as a matter of fact. I'm so blessed and thankful just to be able to do this forum with you all with Dope Chats with Stretch, and I want to thank you all for taking some time out of your schedule and for supporting your brother as we just try to bring some enlightenment to you. And with that being said, I'm super excited to have my guest for tonight. He is one amazing brother, and I'm looking forward to having this great conversation with him. So with that being said, let me bring him to the stage so we can get this thing rolling. Hope everyone is having a great day, a great night. Shout outs to everybody checking in. There he is. So let's get
What
this thing.
up?
That's what's up, boy. Let's get this thing started. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, show some love for a brother who just does tremendous things in the district, the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia. He's a philanthropist. He it's so many words that I'm trying to think to explain who you are, man. But I just want to say I admire you tremendously. You know what I mean? Through the years that we've known each other, and I'm super excited to have you on tonight because we are about to celebrate the Christmas holiday, and all the work that you do is throughout the entire year, and we're going to talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, please show some love rather for my man Mo Betta. Mo Betta.
They can put their love together too.
Yeah.
Put your love together and send it on through.
Oh man, it's all good, man. How you feeling tonight?
Man, I'm great. You see, I'm bouncing. I can't even stop moving, man. I get excited when I'm on my give back stuff, man.
Right.
I'm doing a raffle. I'm about to give away $150 in like an hour. Then
Wow.
$1,300 on Christmas. Like,
wow. That's what's up, man. So let's talk about that. Hold on, man, because I got some. I was trying to feel festive, so I had some Christmas music in the background, but it's distracting me. So
you got the Temptations playing?
Nah, I don't know what it is. Alexa, stop.
Technology in 2020, man.
Technology, man. So let's talk about this, man. So, what prompted you to, I guess, really just dedicate your life to philanthropy?
It happened on accident.
Mm-hmm.
I think. You know what I'm saying? I used to get suspended a lot when I was in school.
Right.
Too smart for my own good. Be suspended for 10 days at a time. So my mother make me go to work with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't realize I was getting paid. So I'm getting $100 a day and I'm 14, 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
So when my father would drop me off, I couldn't let my mother know I had money because, I can't bring Jordans and stuff in the house. So I had to spend it at school.
Right.
So my whole neighborhood, anybody that was at my bus stop, we ate from the a la carte line. Like, I don't know what school lunch tastes like. I bought pizza and burgers for the whole block. Or if I thought a girl was cute, I bought her Fruitopia, Fruit Work sodas, and fruits and whatever she wanted out of the machine,
right.
Rice Krispie treats and all that. So it was just like, it started kind of because I ain't had no other option.
Right.
Then I got an older sister, you know what I'm saying? So she 4 years older than me, so she may be working. But, when you first get a job, your little fast food job, you splurging on your paycheck. So it's like, let me hold $5, let me hold $10. And I had it, you know what I'm saying? So I just got used to giving. And, like, we just weren't selfish siblings. So, it started there.
Right.
My mother was always heavy in church. She from South Carolina. So, it's family, education, God, and not necessarily in that order.
Right.
So as you in church, you hear God loves a cheerful giver. It's better to give than to receive. And it just gets embedded and drilled in your head. And now with like years like this, because of COVID, everybody supporting small businesses. I just realized that like a month ago that my father been on that wave. Like he always went to the food truck. He went to the Stadium Army little market on Saturday and went to those vendors. And I'm like, so seeing that just made you is what I saw. So you got the street parent from Northeast DC that he sent money to his friends in jail. To me, that's philanthropy you giving. And then you got your mother who's doing it on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? So like it came from them both. They just weren't necessarily handing out money the way I do it. And also just because I know everybody that's been affected by every cause. Like, I know someone that died from AIDS. I know people that got cancer. I know kids with autism. And, like, why not?
Right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So what led you, well, wait, well, you just described, told me what led you to your movement. But let's talk about your campaign. Like,
So the
how did your campaign come about?
So the Santa Claus campaign actually ain't have nothing to like. All right, so the Santa Claus campaign, I fundraise for Safe Shores DC. They take care of sexually and physically abused children. So I don't have a nonprofit because I fundraise for one.
Mm-hmm.
Raised $100,000 for them in 10 years. So what happened? That had nothing to do with the kids when it started, though.
Right.
I started the Santa Claus campaign actually because of local DMV artists.
Mm.
So what happened was the DMV Awards back in 2011 made the news.
Mm-hmm.
A bartender got hit in the eye with a bottle. He lost his eye.
Mm.
The DC sound stage on Benning Road, someone shot it inside of it. That made the 10 o'clock news on Fox 5. And I'm like, all right, here we go again.
Mm.
So these things just kept happening. And I was like, the game in California has the Robin Hood Project. Common was paying for funerals in Chicago. Uh, just different Proverb. The artist from here had Will Rap for Food, and I'm like, why these things don't make the news? So I said right then, Santa Claus. I don't even know what I'm fundraising for, but Santa Claus is gonna be it, and we're gonna make the news. So then what happened was Tony Lewis Jr. had a toy drive at Bar 7 for Safe Shores. One of his friends worked there. So no, it was a clothing drive. I'm sorry. And I took them about $300 in gift cards to Children's Place, but I'm on the train, so I ain't want to carry clothes. Besides, I don't know what size clothes you need.
Right.
You may have a boy that's 6'10" get abused or a girl that's 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
So my thing was I wanted to give y'all the card so you can go shopping for whatever your greatest need was. And he said, Mo, you got to go on the tour and see this place, see where your money going. When you go in there, you see the clothing closet that they got, and the art supplies that they have. So they have art supplies for the younger kids to draw what happened, because they may not be able to verbalize it or articulate it well. And then they have play therapy, so the kids may take action figures and reenact what happened to them. Then they have the regular therapy where, the older kids that can talk it out. A lot of the money that I raise goes to training. So they'll come to your job, they'll go to your school, talk to the adults, and train them on signs to look out for.
Right.
Because in schools, teachers are mandated to report any abuse.
Right.
They're sponsored at Christmas time. They have sponsors like us and corporations that fill these kids' wish lists. I mean, I've seen everything from bikes to PlayStations. Like, they get what they want.
Right.
School supplies, everything. So the money that I'm raising goes to these things. So yeah, it started actually because I wanted to change the perception of local artists. It just grew into something much, much bigger and different.
That's awesome, man. Because I think our paths crossed the first time when I was still over at KYS.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know, with Radio 1, well, KYS did a lot of work with you, especially around the holiday time to, again, like you said, get those funds up so things can be given to the needy families.
And that even goes into another thing with the artists. A lot of times artists say radio doesn't support.
Mm-hmm.
And my question was always to the artists, how do you support the radio? Radio has these events all the time where they're in the community. Like, it's a part of the itinerary.
Yeah. So
I've been to HUR's coat drive and PGC's coat drive and KYS's feed the community. You know what I'm saying? I've been to all these different things and I never see the artists. And for me, because I started Santa Claus, because I want to change the perception of the artist, I always bully them. I have what I call positive peer pressure. I've been to food drives where I got on the radio and I called out Wale, I called out Light Show, and they answered the call. They pulled up with turkeys or donated $100. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm glad that I was the rapper first. That's how I got to meet the radio personalities. How I got to meet the rappers and the people those are the folks with influence.
Right.
So I use that to fundraise. If I was never Mo Betta, Maurice wouldn't be able to fundraise the way he, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be able to do it, maybe with some old friends I went to high school with, some people that know me from the neighborhood. But because I rapped, that really changes a lot.
Right. And you know, it's dope too, man, because you know I follow you on your Instagram, just on social media in general, and I like the way that you go about, you know, initiating
Mm-hmm.
the call to action. And you know, small. You always, you know, every little bit helps. $3 here, $1
Yeah, I
there.
mean, because my thing is, it's the rapper in me, right? So it's like, I can be very braggadocious. I'm a battle rapper. This is what we do. I'm better than you at this.
Right.
And it's funny because I often have the conversation about giving anonymous versus not. And I tell people, you know, when you're fundraising for a national organization that wants they need awareness.
Mm-hmm.
That should be talked about. If I'm helping my sister with her rent or a car note, I'm not going to speak on that. If I gave you $40 so you can get to work for the week, I'm not going to speak on that. That's the anonymous, I think, between the friends. But I also, like I was saying about rap, is I had a line where I said, I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to give in and adequate. And I also don't want what you're giving to be inadequate. So I don't want you to feel like, okay, Mo gave $500, but I only had $5. I don't want you to feel bad about your $5. Your situation and my situation may be different.
Right.
I may live with my mother and don't pay rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know the situation. But the thing is, the reason I'm saying that I gave 500, the reason I'm talking about it is because if you gave 5, I gave 500, I'm making you think, maybe I could give 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to consider, that's what the positive peer pressure is. I want you to think about giving more.
Mm-hmm.
And what people forget is, if you go on Facebook, the question Facebook asks you is, what are you doing? If I'm at the toy drive giving away $500 worth of toys, that's what I'm doing. That's not bragging. That's answering the question.
That's answering the question.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my thing is, why is it okay to brag and say, hey, I spent 2 bands at the strip club, but I can't talk about it that I spent the same amount to help people? Like, why is that frowned upon? I don't know why philanthropy is frowned upon. I never understood that, why people feel like it's not something to talk about, because the more you talk about, I'll say this, if I gave anonymously, Safe Shores may have raised, in 10 years, they may have raised 10,000. I may have given $1,000 every year, right? But I'd have been real quiet about it. No one knows. So not only would they not have had the 100 followers that they now have from my network, but we raised 100,000 in a decade.
Wow.
That's 90,000 more than what I did, because I got people involved, because people gave $2 here, $3 there. Like, I normally do it for 4 or 5 months, right?
Right.
So let's say I do 5 months. So you got 2 pay periods a month. That's 10 pay periods. So if every 2 weeks you gave $10, you gave 100.
There it is.
And it didn't really bother you.
And you're not even gonna miss it.
Yeah, you just didn't go to Popeyes one day. You had your mom's spaghetti. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's really that easy. So I try to get people involved just because, like, why not? Like,
why not?
I keep coming back to that. Why not?
And I think the feeling of giving without any, you know, kickback, in the sense of thinking, okay, I'm giving to receive. You should just give to give. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever it is, that feeling of just joy and happiness should really be the receivement, if that's such a word.
Yeah. And the thing is, so I actually had a friend get mad at me because I was doing the raffles. Mo, you don't have to give people something for them to give. I said, I know I don't, but the thing is, people that give are usually the ones that need themselves. That's why they're giving, because they can relate to having a need.
Facts.
So why not bless those good people? Those is good people. Why would I not want to look out for them? So what people don't get is, like, I'm not taking the money from the raffle or the money that's being raised to give you a portion. I'm giving you my own. Because my thing is, if I could give, let's say I planned on giving away $500 to the cause itself. If I take my $500 and I give it to the people, and I do, let's say, 5 separate $100 giveaways, I may raise 1,000. 3,000, like, I've doubled and tripled the money. So it makes sense. And then it gives it something fun. We're putting the fun in fundraising. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a boring thing. There's excitement with that. Or, I go to the casino and I win pretty often, right? So I'll take that.
That was my next question, man, because
I know, right? I
man,
know, right?
yo,
I
I
know.
need to hang with you when you go to the casino, brother.
Man, it's whatever, whenever. I tell people like, but the thing is, I've had people go on their own. They ask what machine I was playing or whatever have you, right? And they go in there, Mo, I hate that machine. I didn't win. I said, your reason for going wasn't the same as mine. I knew I was going to win before I left the house.
Wow, yeah. I mean,
Like,
your cause is greater than just getting a couple.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I make the MGM unofficially sponsor the giving, man. You know what I'm saying? But I may have 2 or 3 friends already in mind. Somebody that's short on their rent, somebody that's facing eviction, or their car about to be repossessed. That's what I'm thinking about when I go in there.
Right.
That's why I don't even get excited. Like, I've had the people come to me, like, when you win a certain amount, they have to do the hand payout, right? So I'll have the MGM worker come up to me, and it's like, you don't look really excited about this. They'll ask, did you lose money yesterday? Is this just your money back? Is that why you're not excited? I'm like, nah, this is all a profit, but it's already spent. There's no reason for me to be excited. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend one time I had her come pick me up on my lunch break because she was struggling with something. She needed $500. I said, I have 315 to my name. I said, young, this is what we could do. I can give you the 315 because I don't really I have groceries in the house. I'm good. Like
Right.
I can give you the money, or you can come pick me up. We can go to the MGM and we could try. It's like you'll either not have any money because I'll lose it, but you were short anyway, so what difference does it make? Or I can go in here and win something. Before she dropped me off out front, before she parked, I had already won $1,300.
Wow.
Because I go in there, I'm a bet big. I'm a win or lose real quick. There's no point in sitting in there playing around. You know what I'm saying? So I share those cash out vouchers because I know that post is going to get 400 or 500 likes. Because I know people see that. But any and every one that I post, just always a charitable message. I either just donated to something or had the intention of donate, or I'm telling people, if you donate, this could be your karma. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But whether people see that or not is up to them.
So with the situation that we're living in right now, of course, many people are still struggling to make ends meet, or based off of COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs or whatever the case may be. How has that impacted you with your philanthropy and your charitable causes?
Man, for first things first, I didn't realize I was such a softie, right? Like I didn't realize how much I missed hugs. Like the littlest things you don't realize change your whole life. Because it was just one day I'm like, I need a hug. Like seriously. And I'm thinking so that's how it affected me. I'm not able to just touch people and just be out amongst the people. There have been a few charity events, we socially distant and everything, but that's not me. I like to shake people's hand, even we feed the homeless. Like I don't have a problem giving you a hug and shaking your hand. But what I did was, because the Santa Claus campaign, I kind of fundraise online anyway, really hasn't altered much. But what I did this year, I started something called Lifeline DMV. And what it was is I was going to fundraise and just collect a bunch of money and just have reserve funds for when emergencies happen. So unfortunately, when these babies get shot and funeral expenses and things of that nature, but I also wanted it to be for good things. I wanted it to be let's have a contest and the rapper wins and hey, we're going to pay for your music video. Like I wanted to go buy shoes for kids that have straight A's in school. I just wanted that money to be there for any and everything, right? So when COVID hit, I adjusted what it was for. There's a page I have called Help DMV, and when I'm not fundraising for Santa Claus, so usually from like February to June, I run the Help DMV, and what Help DMV is I pay past due bills for people. So not your current bill, but the one that might be getting ready, the light's about to get cut off. And what it was is I was going to pay one bill a week up to $250, but people related to having a past due bill so much that the funding for that was coming quicker than the Santa Claus was, and Help DMV was only in its first year.
Wow.
There was one point off the break, I ended up with like $1,800. So we paid somebody's whole eviction thing off, like because I had it. I'm like, ain't no sense in sitting on the funds. I'm not gonna ever just hold the money. That reminds me of a quote my man started, and I'm about to run with it. It's called "Broke on Purpose," right? like, because of the purpose and the calling, like, I'm never going to be rich. I could win the lotto right now. I will be broke next year. I'm going to spend every dime trying to find some way to help something.
Right.
Like, I'm going to, I had this idea. I want a hotel or apartment building that the homeless stay in, but they also run and operate it. So they're getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have jobs. So you got the concierge, the engineers, the cleaning crew, like all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just infrastructure, just
Right.
takes care of itself. But yeah, so with the Help DMV, I was able to, I can do that from home. You know, I can ask everybody to donate between $3 and $5, and I think what made people continue to donate to Help DMV is I was sharing the stories. I'm screenshotting the DMs. You know, I'm blurring out people's names and personal information, but you see exactly where your money goes to. The difference is with Santa Claus is you don't get to see these sexually abused children that are at safe shores because of what they've been through. They can't be exposed.
Exactly.
The beautiful thing about that is I feel great because my friends are just flat out trusting me with their money. And whereas Help DMV, you're motivated to give me more money because you just seen what it went to.
Right.
You see, it was a mother of 4 that lives in an apartment where the heat's, the oven heating the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and then you come into it with an honest and open heart. You know what I'm saying? You know, your love to give back and see people flourish out of whatever may be holding them down, and see them, you know, rise up above that. I mean, it speaks volumes, man. So, you know, again,
I think giving's contagious, man. Like, I have friends that give now that I know would not be doing what they're doing had they not seen what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really have fun with it. There was one event, like, we were at a sock drive. We took the packs of socks and we started shooting it into the baskets and buckets that we would collect. Like, we're playing basketball. Because I looked around, like, we're in a gym. We were at Suitland Rec Center. I'm like, for one, we're in a gym. We're actually on a basketball court. Why are we just dumping them in? I have to have fun because it was a bunch of kids in there volunteering. So that became a thing. I actually was filming that because I was working on a philanthropy documentary about 3 or 4 years ago. And it came to a halt because I had lost my hard drive. I lost the power cord to my laptop. I couldn't get into it.
Right.
Just 2 days ago, I found the power cord and the hard drive. So it's on now.
It's on now.
And now it looks good because some of the footage, the new footage is going to be in 4D and, you know, the cameras get upgraded. But that older footage, it just shows that this is what people have been doing. This is what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? I love that. So
when you plan on having the documentary completed?
I have no idea. I'm not even in a rush. Like, I want so much different footage. Like, it could come out in 15 years and it doesn't exist. There's no philanthropy documentary, you know what I'm saying? There's YouTube videos and stuff, but this doesn't exist. And it definitely isn't done the way I do it. You know what I'm saying? People ain't having the fun I'm having. Like, I have fun. It's one scene where I'm sitting on my grandmother's stoop and I got like a couple $100 in $1 bills, right? And the kids are just getting out of this school. My grandmother's house is right next door to an elementary school. The kids are coming by, and I'm calling them over. And before I give them the dollar, I'm asking them what their favorite subject is in school. You know what I'm saying? The kid says math. I might give them a math problem or reading or whatever. And it's like, it's so much fun. And I had forgotten. There was one girl that walked up crying, I guess because she seen the other kids get a dollar, and she didn't get one. I'm assuming that's why she was crying, because she stopped once she got her money. But I seen her, and I was like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? I said, you want a hug? And she was like, yeah. She walked over, gave me a hug. She's like 5, 6 years old. She gave me a hug, and I pushed her back after I gave her a hug, and I was like, here, hug this dollar. And she took the dollar. And it's just like, it's funny to me watching it after 4 years because I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Like, the footage is on it. Like, I don't know what it is about little kids and giving me hugs. I was in Applebee's once with my wife, right? See, this is where we save our money. We go for the 2 for $20, and then I can donate $10 because I didn't go to the fancy place, right?
Right.
And it was a kid behind us. I don't remember what I said, what I did, but I ended up with a hug then. I always get hugs from these kids.
Hey, man,
Like,
it's contagious, man. Like you said, I think kids are the most, honest, truthful. Just they can see, see you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, kids, they like they said that old TV show, kids say the darndest things. Kids know stuff, man. So if they can
Yeah.
see honesty and see that you're genuine, of course they're going to gravitate
The
towards you,
kids,
man.
kids don't overthink anything, man. Like you are who you are to them. That's the biggest. I don't know. That's why I love kids so much. Like I love going to, and that's the one thing that COVID's killing me about. Like I love going to schools talking to kids. It is the funnest thing. I don't know why rappers don't like to do it. But then I thought about it. I'm like, maybe they shouldn't go because I don't want them to tell the kids not to smoke, and then you see them in their music video and they smoking, so you're a
Right.
hypocrite. When I go talk to these kids, I had one teacher. I actually went and spoke to her class on my birthday, in February. So it's a black teacher, and she doesn't teach during Black History Month. She has a guest come in every day for Black History Month. So now I think of it, she should have paid us all for each. Anyway, so I knew what the kids. I know who they know. This is a fifth grade class, right? So I wrote raps the day before. And when I got there, I had them thinking that, I wrote it on the spot with them. So I had them throwing me all these names that they know in Black history. But, they're going to say Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. So the rhymes were already written. And I went in there and I did that with them.
Right.
Depending on the grade level, I adjust. So I spoke at Friendship Collegiate, and they got the kids separated by boys and girls and then grade level. So I can badmouth the boys to the girls, badmouth the girls to the boys. But I teach them based on what I feel they already know. So
Right.
your school's in the hood, y'all live in these bad neighborhoods. All right. What class is this? This geography? Okay, so I'm gonna give you a rhyme and then I'm gonna make you explain it to yourself. So I had one line where I said, where I'm from, kids roll blunts on buses. Couldn't locate Germany on a map, but know all about white boys and Dutches.
Mm.
So the kids that understood the weed aspect to it explained the geography part to the other kids and vice versa. And it's easy. So my thing is, however I can make an impact.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to talk to them. The kid across the street see me go out the house every morning. He sees my work badge on my hip. He sees somebody with a job going to work
Mm-hmm.
and not standing on the corner. So you can teach them without even talking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, y'all are tuned in to Dope Chats. I am Stretch, along with my guest tonight, my man Mo Betta. We're sitting here just talking about his love for philanthropy, the great causes that he's working with. And let me let's go back, man. So for those the folks who are listening and watching this right now, if they would like to contribute and be a part of the Santa Cause, how can they get down?
Well, there's a link in my bio. They can go to santacausedmv.org, or the Cash App is Help DMV. So it's $ Help DMV. And right now, in about 30 minutes or whenever I get off the live, I'm giving away $150 to a random $3 donor. Also, if you have and are willing to give $20, I'm giving away $1,300 on Christmas at 9 p.m.
That's what's up. That's what's
Help
up.
DMV on Cash App.
Any big plans for the holiday, brother?
That giveaway, like my mind until December 31st, my mind is so locked in on charity, man. It's crazy. One thing I wanted to mention that was actually fun as far as fundraising. What I noticed caused the shift, and I started raising more. I started having shirts created, right, and having these photo shoots. So the first time I had a photo shoot, it was a women's photo shoot, and I hit all the girls I know. I said, I'm about to use you for your beauty. That's your donation. I know female rappers that have a bunch of followers, radio personalities, models. I said, this is your donation. You're cute. Come holler. So I rented out a space. I had it catered. We had Chick-fil-A platter. I had the artist music that was coming. I had their music playing, and it was a networking event because I didn't tell nobody else who was invited.
Right.
It wasn't an open invitation. I specifically handpicked these people. So you would have an artist get there and they see this radio personality and it's like, whoa, I got access to them in a relaxed atmosphere. You're not in the club, they're not in the DJ booth, you could talk to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had 5 photographers, had 5 different stages, makeup going on over here. Like it was a whole production. And so what happened was I said, okay, when they get their professional pictures back, we're just going to do this blitz on Instagram where 12 o'clock one day, we're just going to all post, right? But everybody found out beforehand because what happened was, and I didn't anticipate, was being tagged in a bunch of behind the scenes selfies.
Right.
So by the time I get to my phone, I'm tagged in so many pictures on Instagram. I mean, not on Instagram. I'm sorry, on Facebook, right? And every guy on my phone had texted me, Mo, where you at? Why I'm not invited? What's this? What's going on? Yeah, I see so and so there and so and so, and I was like, wow, this is better than I could have even. I couldn't have planned that, right? So what happened was every girl that was invited, when they posted their pictures, they all donated because they weren't going to ask someone to do something they hadn't done. And the whole thing was because the girls were doing it, the guys were going to do it.
Right.
I knew that. So that year was the first jump in funding. I think it was like a 11,000 to 20,000 jump that year. And the next year I planned the same thing for the men, and everyone was there. Rest in peace to Tony Reds was there, Big G was there, Killer Cow was there, Do Baby, Tony Lewis Jr., Reverend Tony Lee. Like the city came out. There were 85 men at this photo shoot.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the most organizing I ever did. Like, I think I hit everybody 4 or 5 times, a month and a half out to confirm. You know, I over-invited. I invited 400 people. I had 400 shirts. And because a bunch of people didn't come, then everybody ended up with 2 shirts. So guys are taking pictures in both. And it was great. And, I mean, it gave me something to use to promote on Instagram. I don't have to keep posting a picture of myself or these stats about sexual abuse. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it. You know, it's not fun to look at. It's not fun to talk about and read. But you see a picture of Big G. We talking backyard bang. This is everybody's favorite person. You know what I'm saying? He's wearing a Santa Claus shirt. If Big G did it, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, that's dope, man. That's dope, man.
It became a cool thing.
I commend you, wholeheartedly, man, and I appreciate all that you do. And I want to see you continue doing your thing because I know you're going to continue doing your thing because
I have to now. I called myself retiring from the Santa Claus campaign like 3 years ago. I had raised $100,000, so I said, okay, it's not quitting, it's clocking out. I did my job, and what happened was no one believed me. They was like, you're lying. You can't stop. And I really thought I was done. We had a showcase and all at Smith Public Trust. Like I was finished. The very next year, maybe 2 weeks before I normally would have started, I went to a event called Cherishing Childhood. So Safe Shores had this event. People come through and they pledge their donations for the year. And I looked around the room and it's about 50 people I knew. When I first went to that breakfast, there was one person in the room I knew. So I'm like, I got my friend's hip. So that meant I could walk away. My friends had carried the torch and I felt good about leaving. The next day, Wale was sharing something about the difference, the disparity in prison sentencing. So Meek Mill, you know, he got 2 years for violating probation for popping a willie. But then Wale shared where a white man had raped a 5-year-old girl and only got 3 months of house arrest. I didn't see the sentencing disparity. I saw the rape. So this was the very next day after the breakfast. Then the third day, Fox 5 had posted a link of a teacher and he had molested an 8th grade girl. The thing is, the guy looked familiar. I clicked on the link. It was my stepson's teacher. I had spoken to his class earlier that year about Safe Santa Claus and Safe Shores, and he shook my hand and thanked me for talking about such a taboo topic. So when I saw that article, my body physically shook. I made a post and I said September 1st. It was a video and it had ended with Jordan saying I'm back. And that was 3 years ago. And since then, we probably raised another 25,000, and we doing it forever now. I can't stop now.
God bless you, man. That's what's up, man. That's dope, man. Yo, so we're getting ready to go into 2021. Lord knows we need to, get out of 2020. What are your plans for 2021 as far as your fundraising and your philanthropy is concerned? Do you have any ideas or any things that you plan on to excel, or are you going to just keep going at the same space that you're going, or same speed rather that you're going at right now?
Man, ideas pop in my head so often. Like I just adjust with the times. Like I'm probably definitely gonna bring back the Help DMV to pay the past due bills, probably around February or something. Maybe I'll kick it off on my birthday.
Right.
Um, I had a chef friend of mine. We fed the homeless last year on our birthdays. It's February 16th. We had the same birthday, so we're definitely probably gonna do the same type of thing this year, or next year. If the world's opened up anytime soon, I can get back to doing things real big. I'll have another photo shoot. I didn't get to have one this year. Um, and yeah, I mean, just whatever I ever see happens, that's needed, man. If I have to get in the middle of a beef because the neighborhood's at war, then I'm gonna do that. Like I adjust. Like it's never anything, you know what I'm saying, any specific cause. Like every cause matters to me. Like I am legit a concerned citizen.
It is.
But yeah, I miss getting with my radio folks and doing the giveaways and the give backs and the community outreach. I actually stopped by DTLR about 5 o'clock. YB Corday was at the DTLR around Iverson Street giving away toys, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go meet him because, I know he's from here and I had never met him, but just to support him because it's an artist giving back. Like
Right.
that's all the way embedded in my DNA. There was no way I wasn't going to meet that person. You know what I'm saying? So, and it gives me a story to tell. So when I post it after I do this raffle in a half an hour, I can say, hey, this is an industry artist. This is someone that made it to a certain point and still gave back to the people that helped them get there. This should be y'all story too. And even before you become that person, let it be known once you become that person. Oh, this always been a good dude. Trust me, your record sales can go through the roof. Those same people will remember.
Man, well, I know you got to get ready for your joint, and I want to give you some time to get yourself prepared for the raffle, man. But I need to say, first and foremost, man, Mo, thank you so much for taking time out to do this with me tonight, especially as we get ready to get into the holiday season. I wanted to let people hear and see you and know what is your cause and what drives you every day that you wake up, brother. And, the world needs more Mo Bettas, you know what I mean? And I want to thank you again. I bless your family, you know what I mean? Bless your holiday, bless you, first and foremost. And before we get out of here, once again, let everybody know how they can follow you, how they can get down to also donate towards all the causes that you're working with. And the floor is yours, brother.
The Instagram and the Twitter is Betta, BETTA_MO. The website is SantaCausesDMV.org. The Cash App is Help DMV. You can donate $1. You can donate $1 million. Just know that it's going directly to the people in need.
Hey, man.
Google me. Google my name in philanthropy. Something will pop up.
That's what I'm talking about. For the sake of this last episode of Dope Chats for the holiday season, man, I had to bring out my hat, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the Santa Claus, you got Stretchy Claus, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do, man, you and I want to talk, and I would love to donate at least 6, maybe 10 books to you to give out to the folks, especially the adults, not the kids, for them to have something to read and things of that nature, man. To do my best, or try my best rather, to be a helpful hand in all your endeavors, brother.
Appreciate it,
my man. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Again, show some love for my man Mo Betta. This is the last episode of Dope Chats for this year. We'll be back in 2021. I want to thank you all for your support. May you all be blessed, be safe, and enjoy your holiday. And we'll catch up and do it again in 2021. All right? Thanks, man.
All right.